Ball matchup. And we've got more rain in the forecast for today's game between the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Ohio Bobcats. Hi, everybody. Brad Nessler, Lee Corso, and Kirk Herbstreit here, ready and excited to bring you what appears to be another great gridiron matchup. Okay, guys, we talked before the game about the type of impact that this quarterback has to have for his team to be successful. What do you expect from him today?
Big things, my friend. I think this kid is going to have a pretty good game.
I don't know, Coach.
What do you mean you don't know?
He's going up against a really good secondary, and these corners are good.
I don't think it matters, Kirk. As long as this kid gets decent protection, he'll find his receivers and get the job done.
Both teams have sent their special teams onto the field, and we're ready for the opening kickoff. And this game is now underway. Gathered in at the 6. He wasn't breaking that tackle. What a hit. And here comes the quarterback onto the field, set to lead this offense for the first time today. This drive will start at the 32. They're in the shotgun with 3 wide receivers. And he's taken down around the 42-yard line.
I'll tell you, this receiver showed really good hands on that play.
This kid is always calling for the ball. And if he keeps making plays like that, he'll continue to get the ball.
The defense has about 7 defensive backs on the field. He's tackled at the 46-yard line. He picks up 4 yards on the carry. It's 2nd down and 6 to go. Ball on the 46-yard line. The quarterback's in the gun with 3 receivers in the set. Runs it right and can't get away. Nice tackle. Pickup of a yard for the tailback. 3rd and 5 coming up. There are 3 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. On the ground, and he is walloped. He'll still be short of the first down.
They didn't have far to go, Brad, but it didn't matter because this defense was ready for them.
And now it's 4th down, Coach.
And it's the offense that takes the field on 4th down. 1-man backfield. They'll go to the ground, and they're not going to make it. Not quite enough for the first. Looks like they'll turn it over on downs.
You know what? I think they still made the right call there.
Yeah, it was worth the gamble, even though they didn't make it.
They'll start this drive at midfield. They line up in the jumbo set. Give to the tailback. Brought down at the 46. Couple of yards there.
It's a good run blitz by the outside linebacker there. They shut down all the holes and kept this halfback from gaining many yards.
They come out in a goal line set. Again with a carry. And he's tackled in the open field. That's a 3-yard pickup.
Good pressure from the defense. They brought the heat. Wasn't much room for the running back to work with.
Listen to this place. Back to pass. Deep pass to the end zone. Oh, and he can't hold on. Well, that was an impressive stand by the defense.
3 good defensive plays equals punt. Nice job, guys.
It's away, and it's a booming punt. So let's see how the defense will hold up now as this offense comes out for their next drive. Ace backfield. Whoa, he just took a licking. And he gets a yard on the run.
And that was an excellent tackle. He used perfect form to bring the ball carrier down.
From the gun. Here's the option. Pitches, and he's got room. He goes out of bounds. Around the 32-yard line. An impressive first down run, and man, he was flying.
That was almost... Adios, sweetheart. You better take a good angle on this kid, or else he is gone.
backfield. Tried to sidestep by there, but a good tackle on the play. And that was an excellent run there.
Yeah, Brad, but it was also great blocking up front by the offensive line to open up the hole.
Single set backfield. What a collision. 6 yards on the carry. So it's second down now, and they need about 4 yards to pick up the first. They line up in an I. And down he goes at the 43-yard line.
Oh, man, they had him good there. The defense was looking run, and they threw it for a big gain.
The running back really sold the run well that time. That allowed for the quarterback to get the ball downfield for a decent gain.
Single set backfield. On play action, hit and gets away. A gain of 6.
All it takes is a second on these play-action fakes to get the defense out of position. And that's how this tight end was able to get open and pick up some yards.
Looks like the defense is only going to pressure with 3 linemen. They hand it off again. He's tackled around the 33-yard line. That's 4 yards on the play. Here's the 8th play of the series. Ace backfield. Brought down at the 22-yard line. That one worked pretty well.
It's a good job here by the wide receiver to get open. He created good separation from the defense.
We're at play number 9 of this current drive. First down. Single set backfield. Throws out to the tight end again, complete. He ran a good route there and was able to pick up yards underneath the coverage.
It's okay to move the ball in small portions because it relaxes the offense and can open things up for the big play.
Yep, you never know when these guys can break some tackles and turn a small play into a big one.
High formation here. Gives it off. Big play, and it's first and goal. Nice run there, and I got to tell you guys, the offense is making things look pretty easy on this drive.
Yep, the defense just hasn't been able to make a play.
They could have shut him down a few times, but they just haven't been able to do it. Now it's time to step up.
They keep it on the ground with the tailback, and he is drilled at the 1. 4-yard gain by the back. We're at the 12th play of the drive. It's second down. And they swap out the running back now for this next play. Takes a handoff, tackled for a loss.
Hey, Kirk, it's not too easy to run it when the safety is flying to the ball like that.
Well, Lee, I think they have to use a guard, maybe even a fullback to get out there. But if you leave him unblocked, he's going to be all over the ball carrier.
And that's the end of the first quarter, folks. No score after 1.
At the end of the first quarter, the score is tied.
That brings up 3rd and goal. Looks like the defense is only going to pressure with 3 linemen.
AARP says go with this play.
On the play.
So they're going to go for it here. The defense is lined up with an abundance of DBs. I count 7 on the field. There's the handoff. He scores. Nice run and a score by the halfback.
And a nice call by the coach there. Just give it to your main man anytime you're near the goal line.
He hits the PAT. And here's the Pontiac drive summary. Ohio State lines up for the kickoff. Kicks it away. And down he goes at the 28-yard line. Not a lot of success for this offense on their last trip out. This drive will start at the 28. First down, 10 to go. Going with the shotgun here. The offense didn't get the play off in time. There might have been some miscommunication down there.
And anytime there's a delay of game, it's usually because they were late getting the right personnel on the field.
First and 15 now after the penalty. On the ground with the tailback. And he tackles him hard at the 25-yard line. He gains a couple of yards on the carry.
And the ball carrier wasn't getting away from that tackle.
No way. That was a spectacular hit by the defender.
From the gun. On the run, picked off. At the 30. Stiff arms, but he can't break the tackle. The defensive end comes up with a big interception.
Boy, he made a super play there. Defensive ends aren't supposed to catch passes.
Yeah, but some of these guys today have better hands than you think, Coach. That gives them an advantage in the passing game.
It's first and 10. Ball on the 25. The defense is waiting on the pass. They're in the quarters defense. It's complete, and he's hit immediately.
This is the advantage of effectively passing the ball on early downs. You set yourself up for a lot more options on third down.
The last time they were in the red zone, they got a touchdown out of it. Hands off left, and he's brought down quickly.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense.
So the offense will move a little bit closer with that penalty. They come out in an empty backfield. Receivers got it on the screen. Touchdown, Buckeye! Nice play call on that one to get the ball in the receiver's hand.
Yeah, the quarterback said, you let the ball go get it. And did he ever? He got it and took it for 6.
And he converts the extra point. And now we're going to take a look at the Pontiac drive summary. Ohio State ready to kick this one off. He kicks off. He's taken down at the 39. The quarterback comes back on the field, and I'm sure he's hoping to make up for that interception on the last drive.
They better put some points on the board here, Kirk. Otherwise, the floodgates might be opening soon.
Well, they could start by just not turning the ball over.
And they make the stop right around the 50. And the tailback picks up great yardage on the run.
How many times do we see him run that play in practice this week?
1,000 times. And it was just as successful then as it is right now.
Gets it left, and he's met by a couple of defenders over there. So at the most, he gains a few inches.
I can't believe he held on to the ball after that hit.
Yeah, and I don't even think he saw that hit coming.
It's second and 10. Ball on the 50. He's on the run. He's got to throw it in a hurry. Knocked out of bounds at the 33-yard line.
Quarterbacks who could run the football really change your entire defensive game plan.
They come out in a goal line set. Feeds it to the back. He gets out to about the 32-yard line. Pickup of a yard for the tailback.
Great play by the senior linebacker to step up in traffic and make that tackle.
He's been making plays like that his entire career. That's why he's out there.
Now he's going to run and watch out. There's a flag on the field, and I think I have a good feeling of what this might be.
Nothing gets under a coach's skin more than a penalty like that.
Believe me, I know any time a player on my team committed a penalty, they were running stadium steps the next day.
he's scrambling. He launches one for the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown. What a display of pure speed.
You know, anytime this guy touches the ball, he has the ability to go the entire length of the field with that speed.
And if I was calling plays, I would say, go run past everybody and we'll throw it to you. He can fly.
Penalty markers down. They took too much time.
Dead ball. Delay of game. 20 offense.
And he adds the extra point. And now we'll take a look at the Pontiac drive summary. Ohio is lining up to kick this one off. Kicks it off. He makes it out to maybe the 36-yard line. They moved the ball very effectively on their last drive, which ended with a touchdown. The defense has been talking it over on the sideline, trying to make some corrections. Let's see if they can stop them this time. The defense is lined up with an abundance of DBs. I count 7 on the field. Here's the halfback. They'll bring him down at the 42. They call his number, and he carries for 6 yards. 2nd and 4 coming up here. Ball on the 42-yard line. Looks like the defense is only going to pressure with 3 linemen. Complete. He's taken down at the 45.
If this receiver wants to make it to the next level, those are the types of plays he'll have to make.
Absolutely. They love pass catchers that look the ball all the way into their hands and then tuck it away safely.
Back to pass. Looking left, finds his fullback. He tries to juke, but they bring him down. Gain of 9. 2nd down and around 1 to go. Ball on the 36-yard line. The defense has about 7 defensive backs on the field. Pass incomplete, trying to get it to his receiver.
Number 80, the intended receiver on the play.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 1. They must be expecting something up the middle here. Hands it off. And he makes it out to about the 34-yard line. And the tailback picks up the 1st down.
Very well played by the defense, but they just weren't able to stop him short of the 1st down marker.
Three wide receivers on the field. The quarterback in the shotgun. Tackle at the 38-yard line.
That's the cornerback that got in there and made that play, Kirk.
Well, he's known for locking down receivers, but that doesn't mean he won't come up and lay the lumber on the ball carrier.
It's 2nd down now, 14 to go. Ball on the 38-yard line. There are 7 defensive backs on the field in this defense. Here's the halfback. They'll bring him down at the 37-yard line. A yard, if any, there for the halfback. A minute left in the half. High formation here. Way to look it in. Well, they get all those yards, but come up just shy of the first.
Good play call, almost perfect execution, except for the fact that they're not going to get the first down.
Great hold by the defense to bring up 4th and short.
They must be expecting something up the middle here. The defense has about 7 defensive backs on the field. Throws complete. He's got space to work. And he's tackled at the 12-yard line. They just couldn't get to the quarterback in time.
That's one of the things that can happen if the defense brings extra guys to rush the quarterback. The offense will have favorable matchups to get the ball downfield.
And this kid is talented enough to see those receivers. It's not easy to get the ball past those big bulldozers when they're flying right at you.
Tackle made at the 6-yard line. A nice 6-yard gain by the tailback there. Here's the 11th play of the drive. 2nd down. The defense is lined up with an abundance of DBs. I count 7 on the field. Drops back to pass. And he just got drilled.
Oh, ouch. Those are not the type of shots you want to let your quarterback take.
Unfortunately, I've taken a few of those in my day, and they are not pleasant.
And he missed it off the upright. Folks, that's the end of the first half, and this game's getting interesting. Our score here at the Shoe is Ohio State 14, Ohio 7. We are set to start the second half. Both teams are on the field, and we're ready to go. He's to the 10. He makes it to the 25-yard line. So before the offense hits the field, let's take the time to let you know that our game is brought to you by EA Sports. This drive will start at the 25. They line up in the jumbo set. Hands it off. And he's taken down around the 29-yard line. 4 yards on that play. It's 2nd down and 6 to go. Ball on their own 29. They come out in a goal line set. Got the corner. And he makes it out to about the 31-yard line. A yard, maybe 2 on the carry.
So it's the corner that comes away with the tackle right there.
He got right in there and popped the ball carrier. This senior just doesn't back down from anyone.
He's on the run. And he's going to be sacked. He just blew past the blockers and dragged the quarterback down.
Boy, excellent play by the defense here. A few extra seconds, and those receivers might have been open.
And that's 3 and out. Nothing going on that series. He gets it off. At the 40. At the 30. He's on the run. To the 10. And they finally tackle him at the 4.
Woo! There was nothing but green in front of him. That was a touchdown-saving tackle.
No doubt about it. That should have been 6.
Single set backfield. He drops back. And they make the stop at the 2. 2-yard pickup.
There was really just nowhere for the wide receiver to go after he made the catch. Great coverage on the play.
Ace backfield. And it looks like they might be bringing some pressure here. Up the middle. Touchdown, Buckeyes! The halfback just plowed his way into the end zone.
Yeah, but it wasn't all him. The offensive lineman just pancaked the defense on that one.
And he put a great juke move on the defender on his way to getting into the end zone. What a play.
And he converts the extra point. So we take a moment to check out the Pontiac drive summary. Ohio State ready to kick this one off. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. He's taken down at the 32. They're just about ready to get this drive started. After their last series had some promise, but it ended with a punt.
They can use a good drive here, Coach.
Yep, it's the third quarter, and they're still losing this game by 2 possessions. If they don't score soon, then they could be out of this one right now and here. Gone.
He's on the run. Decides to tuck it in, and he's got space. Brought down at midfield.
This quarterback has some wheels, and he used them to pick up a first down.
They're packed in tight on the line. They keep it on the ground with a tailback. Well, folks, we just saw what can happen if you don't pick up all your blocks.
Man, that was an ugly nightmare from the beginning.
So it's 2nd and 14. New running back now into the backfield. He's looking to pass. And they get the sack. Well, he isn't one of the best players in the country for nothing, Kirk.
He is just relentless in his pursuit of the quarterback. He is certainly a first-class pass rusher.
Third down, and they need to get it inside the 40. The defense comes out with 5 defensive backs this time. He's going to air it long. Through his hands. And that'll bring up a punting situation.
It's a good hold by the defense on third down. Now their punt returner will get a chance to make something happen.
Fourth down. They come out in a punt formation. Punts the ball away. Calls for the fair catch. This offense just torched the defense through the air with a great passing attack on their last drive. They'll take over at the 32-yard line. 1st and 10. The defense is waiting on the pass. They're in the quarters defense. Straight ahead on the give. There's nowhere to run, though. He gains a couple of yards on the carry.
Gain of 2 on the play.
Second and 8. Ball on the 34. They line up in an I. And he's taken down at the 43. And he has a huge run.
I'll tell you right now, this guy is arguably one of the fastest players in college football today. There you see him turn it upfield with such fluidity and quickness.
I agree with you. He's such a natural runner.
He might have a chance. To the 20. He's all the way. Touchdown. Great explosion, and he got it into the end zone in a flash.
Boy, this guy's got incredible speed, but his ability to find daylight is just as impressive.
See you later, sweethearts. This guy can fly, and there ain't nobody gonna catch him from behind.
And he adds the extra point. That score leads us to our Pontiac drive summary. Ohio State lines up for the kickoff. He kicks off. He got hit hard. The offense is looking to be a little bit more successful with this drive as they had to punt the ball away the last time they had it. Going with the shotgun here. Looks to pass. Very good tackle in space.
Pretty good run there by the quarterback.
Yeah, he couldn't find anybody open downfield, so he made a good decision to take off, and he got some good yards out of it.
They line up in the shotgun. Now he tries to buy some time. And that one's fallen incomplete.
He just overshot the halfback on that one.
Yeah, he couldn't connect with him there. I think he rushed that throw a little.
And a new halfback checks into the game. Scrambling around. And it's knocked down.
That's a fantastic defensive effort.
Yeah, the deflection prevented them from getting any yards. And now it's 4th down.
Fourth down, and the offense is still on the field. This is kind of a surprising call right here by the coach. This is an obvious punting situation. He's on the run, under heavy pressure. Got him. They tried to throw for it, but ended up getting sacked. They'll go to work at the 27-yard line. They'll line up with 5 wide receivers. They'll bring him down at the 24. That'll be a gain of 3 yards.
2-yard gain on the play.
The defense has about 7 defensive backs on the field. Here's the run. Got a hold. There's another. He just crossed the goal line for the 3rd time today.
If I were the head coach of this football team, I would give him the ball at least 30 times a game.
I would too, Kirk. He's the real deal.
He hits the PAT. And here's the Pontiac drive summary. Looks like they're ready for the kick. Decent kick. He's to the 10. Brought down at the 31. And the defense stopped them cold on 4th down during their last drive.
And this is another chance for the defense to show how tough they are.
4 wide. They'll throw on 1st down. Swatted away.
Hey, Coach, they are pretty lucky that ball wasn't picked off. The receiver needs to become the defender in this type of situation.
That's true, Kirk. A little role reversal.
They come out with 4 wide out. Can't find anyone open. Now he's going to run and watch out. Someone down there just a little bit slow to get up. So it's 1st and 10 after the big run. And we reach the end of 3, and this game is all but decided. Our score here in rainy Columbus, Ohio is Ohio State 35, Ohio 7. 1st and 10. Let's see if they can build off that great run. Backup quarterback into the game now to call the signals. Going for it all to the end zone. Incomplete. It's knocked down by the defense.
Almost 6 points there, Kirk.
Yep, the corner made sure that wasn't happening. Great knockdown.
They line this one up in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers split out in the formation. Drops back to pass. He's pushed out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. Short pass there, and they get a moderate gain.
There's nothing wrong with nickel and diming him down the field.
Here the quarterback quickly glanced to the right, saw nothing, then came back to the left side of the field.
And it's knocked down.
How about that play, Coach?
Kirk, that's exactly how you teach a player to defend the pass. Do anything possible to disrupt the play. You don't necessarily have to make the interception to make a big play on defense.
That's very true. Now they'll have a fourth down situation.
He scrambled. He's under some heat. There he goes. Big play, and it's first and goal. And a big run there on fourth down.
Brad, this is what impresses me about this team. It's fourth down, and you know what's coming. We're running right at you. Try and stop us.
They'll work from the shotgun. Rolling left, looking to pass. Keeps it, and he's got a touchdown. And he just tucked the ball and headed to the end zone.
Blue collar. Blue collar. How many quarterbacks are you going to see that are blue collar like this kid?
And he converts the extra point. So with just over 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, the score is Ohio State 35, Ohio 14. I would expect the onside kick here, but it looks like they're going to kick it deep. He makes it out to maybe the 30-yard line. They did a great job on their last drive, moving the ball down the field for a touchdown. Let's see if they can duplicate that on this drive.
There was a lot working on that last drive, too, Coach.
Especially the blocking up front. This offensive line really did a nice job staying with their blocks so that their running backs could run the rock.
Brought down at the 39.
Very solid gain through the air. I'm impressed with the poise of this quarterback and the ability of the receiver to keep his concentration and get his hands on the football.
Pulls it in, and he wants more. Pass complete there for about 5 yards and a first down.
And this turned out to be a good call against this defense. They sent all their linebackers on the blitz, and the quarterback made a good throw on the play to get a first down.
Catches it, and he's looking for more. And they make the stop around the 47-yard line. Nice pickup as they connect on the pass play.
Well, they look to be in sync right now. They're both reading the defense properly, and the result is a nice game.
Usually, it's not a good idea for the quarterback to throw the ball across his body like that. But hey, this time it worked.
Throws, intercept. No, he dropped it.
I love it when they look at their hands after a drop, as if their hands should have done something different.
That's kind of the same look you give your golf club sometimes, right, Coach?
They'll work the right side. He just couldn't juke the defender, and he's brought down. They'll get a first down there on the play with the run from the tailback.
The back did a good job here of finding the hole and getting upfield for a 4-yard gain.
The defense has about 7 defensive backs on the field. And he's immediately tackled. Around an 8-yard pickup on the slant route from the quarterback.
Simple pitch and catch. The receiver ran a slant pattern, and the quarterback found him for a really good gain.
Looks like the defense is only going to pressure with 3 linemen. On the ground, big opening. He's going to take it to the barn. Touchdown. Great play call there. They designed that play specifically for the halfback, and boy, did it pay off.
They had everything working on that play, guys. The line created a good push, the back picked the right hole, and the defense wasn't there to make the tackle. Next thing you know, you got a touchdown.
And he sure showed some nifty moves on his way to the end zone there, guys.
Ohio State with a commanding lead. And he adds the extra point. So under 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And the score is Ohio State 42, Ohio 14. They line up to kick this one away. And this one's away. Taken down at the 34. The offense dominated the game on the ground during their last drive on their way to a touchdown.
And even though these guys are losing, they showed in their last drive that they can score. And they need to continue to be productive with this drive.
Now he tries to buy some time. Tackle around the 45-yard line.
I'm telling you, quarterbacks who can run the ball are so hard to stop. You have to scheme around them, which takes the best coverages out of your defensive playbook.
Looking to throw. He scrambled. He's wrapped up for the sack. That makes 4 sacks today.
This defensive front is tough, and they're really, really fast, too.
Well, this speed is difficult to defend because you have to try to keep them off balance so they can't use their quickness.
They throw a flag. And there's a penalty on the play. Let's see who it's on.
Holding.
He didn't even try to hide it there. That was a blatant holding call.
They'll call that every time.
Defense lines up with 8 men in the box. He's going to try and scramble. Finds his man, and they take him down immediately. They rolled the pocket left, and the quarterback made a nice completion there.
And that one will move them a little closer to the sticks. Nice 6-yard gain.
And we got the backup in there now at running back. Gets a snap, and here comes the defense. Fires deep down the right side. Missed him. And they threw the ball into coverage.
Man, I tell you, he's lucky that defense didn't come away with that one.
He gets it away, and this is a really nice punt. Calls for the fair catch. A touchdown was the result of their last drive, and a good chunk of those yards were gained by way of the rushing attack.
Boy, this offense has been something special lately, hasn't it, Kirk?
They just seem like they've been in the end zone time and time again. There's not much negative you can say about this performance.
And we'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate our Russell Athletic players of the game. They grab 8 yards there. It's 2nd and 1. Ball on the 24-yard line. Ohio State in control. He'll give it off here. Gains his way to the 36-yard line.
That is a nice job of avoiding the tacklers to get the first down.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on their own 36. The defense has about 7 defensive backs on the field. Here's an option, right side. He's tackled at the 37. The halfback picks up a yard.
Here, the receiver needs to do a better job of holding his block on the corner, or there's no place for the ball carrier to go.
There are 7 defensive backs on the field in this defense. They go with a run. And he's level at the 42-yard line. A 5-yard pickup for the tailback.
5-yard gain on the play.
That's going to do it for this one. Our final score, Ohio State 42, Ohio 14. Kirk, as we take a look at our Pontiac game-changing performance, your thoughts on this one?
Well, it looks like we called this one right. Ohio knew they didn't stand much of a chance, but they probably would have liked to keep it a little bit closer than it ended up. There's just not a whole lot you can do when you're facing such a talented team like that.
Well, thanks for joining us for another presentation of NCAA Football 09. For Lee, Kirk, and everyone here at EA Sports, I'm Brad Nessler saying goodbye, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for attending today's ball game.